Hey, what's up, community? It's KJ here from nappyhair.com, and you are watching The Breakdown. In this video, I will show you the 6 textures that come in the Knappy Hair collection. These 6 textures offer a range and versatility that our natural coils and curls can create. Now let's get started. So, starting with the least amount of heat and the tightest texture is Kinky Coily. Next is Natural Curly. Then we have Kinky Coarse. Next is Natural Coarse. Then Not So Nappy. And the least amount of texture is Natural Straight. So let's break down the difference between Kinky Coily and Natural Curly. They are visibly different. Kinky Coily is tighter than Natural Curly. Kinky Coily represents the natural texture of someone who falls in the range of type 4 if we're using the Andre Walker hair typing method. Natural Curly falls within the range of someone whose hair is looser than coily, as you can see here. Natural Curly is looser than coily. But I want to make sure we understand that these are ranges. Kinky Coily and Natural Curly represent the option of using no heat on your hair and having hair extensions to match. The intended purpose of these textures is not to use them for heat styling. You can use the blow dryer on these textures, but I do not recommend these for heat styling. Next up, we have Kinky Coarse and Natural Coarse. Kinky Coarse mimics the range of type 4 hair that has been blow dried, just as Natural Coarse represents the range of type 3 hair that has been blow dried. So the difference between these two is tightness. Kinky Coarse is tighter than Natural Coarse, just as Kinky Coily is tighter than Natural Curly. As I mentioned prior, the 6 textures in the Knappy Hair collection represent the range that coily and curly hair represent. Kinky Coily represents natural coils with no heat. Because the hair extensions are human hair, you can always put heat on the hair extensions. However, Kinky Coily represents Kinky Coarse with no heat. When using Kinky Coily, the purpose of this is to mimic your hair with no heat, and in some occasions, very low heat, such as the blow dryer. As I mentioned prior, the 6 textures in the Knappy Hair collection represent a range and versatility that can be created with our coils and curls. If you have identified your hair as being type 4, which represents the range of coils, Kinky Coily is the best option for you to use when you do not want to put heat on your natural hair. Kinky Coily should not be used when you want to heat style your hair. The appropriate texture to use when you want to heat style your hair would be Kinky Coarse. Kinky Coarse is the best option for someone who's identifying their hair as type 4 and they want to heat style. So that is using the blow dryer and using a flat iron and curling iron. Kinky Coarse represents the blow-dried version of Kinky Coily. If you have identified your hair as falling in the range of type 3, which is curly, then Natural Curly could be a good option for you when you are using no heat on your hair. When you want to use heat on your hair, Knatural Coarse is the best option for you to use, and that is using the blow dryer and any type of heat styling tool. Now, let's talk about maximum heat. Anyone who falls in the type 3 or 4 category can use maximum heat on their hair. I recommend for styling purposes, when you want to use more heat, to use a looser texture. The loosest textures in the Knappy Hair collection are Not So Nappy and Natural Straight. Natural Straight mimics hair that has been pressed and flat ironed. Not So Nappy mimics a range of loose, curly hair that has been blow dried. But if you are in the coily category, like me, you can use Not So Nappy on your hair. But Not So Nappy is recommended for heat styling. So let's go over the 6 textures in the Knappy Hair collection. Starting with the least textured, Natural Straight. Natural Straight mimics hair that is pressed and flat ironed. Not So Nappy mimics the range of loose curly hair that is blow dried. But anyone can use this, whether they're type 3 or type 4, with their hair heat style. Natural Coarse mimics a range of looser coils or curls that is blow dried. Kinky Coarse mimics the range of coily hair blow dried. Natural Curly mimics the range of natural curls in the type 3 category with no heat styling. And last but not least, we have Kinky Coily, which mimics the range of natural coils which fall in the type 4 category with no heat styling. These 6 textures in the Knappy Hair collection are available in the Texture Match Kit. Purchasing the Texture Match Kit as your entrance to the community allows you to understand your hair better.